Also, 16 voters in La Crosse County were referenced to the DA's office for potential voter fraud. However, News 8 Now's Jordan Fremstead found out that all of these people actually made a common mistake.
That's right, Martha. Voter fraud happens, but it's a pretty rare issue district attorneys deal with. Now, most of these cases, leaders say, revolve around providing a correct address. So you want to provide that correct address so it will save you an intimidating phone call after you vote. Wisconsin election officials found 27 potential cases of voter fraud in Wisconsin. A small number because the cases we're talking about out of 3 million votes are inside this stack of referrals made by clerks throughout the state. Even though it's a small number, voter fraud is a big deal according to La Crosse County District Attorney Tim Grinke.
It is a felony because you're basically canceling out someone else's vote.
The city of La Crosse represents a big piece of potential fraud, and here's why. The city flagged 22 people who all have one thing in common. They all share the same address, 317 4th Street South. A simple Google Maps search will take you to a UPS store downtown. Now, this sounds a little fishy, but I'll allow the district attorney to explain.
And it turns out that most of them were retired couples that used the UPS store as like a P.O. box. So when they were vacationing, say down in Arizona, they would get the mail forwarded to them from the UPS store instead of their actual residence.
These mailing addresses look like a physical address.
So elections officials miss it on election day, but the system caught them after the fact. Some of these people did not vote, but 16 of them did. However, this stack of papers will shrink because these people didn't intend to write the wrong address down. These 16 people were able to prove they live in La Crosse, so their votes did count. However, city officials say they have to re-register with their correct address or be deactivated from the rolls.
So we didn't see any intentional fraud or attempt to, for example, vote twice or vote in the wrong place.
In other words, these 16 people are off the hook, but it's a good lesson for the next election. You need to register where you live unless you're planning to return to that address where you're currently registered, like if you're a college student, for example.
Where you lay your head at night, where is your home?
Understanding how to vote can save you some unnecessary stress.
Just make sure you're filling out those forms right to prevent people from knocking on your door and asking you why there's a discrepancy and why the address doesn't look right.
Elson from the city of La Crosse this afternoon. She says improvements to the election system in the future could help them flag these addresses in real time before people vote. However, the fact the system catches these issues, Martha, means the system does work.
Interesting. Thanks so much, Jordan. Also, go to your local clerk's websites for questions on voter registration and polling locations. Every state is different, so those websites are your best resource.